Okay, we are recording. Nikita ji, go ahead. You have a question for me?
Yes. Thank you, Raji. So my question is, so currently I'm on H-1B visa, and my H-1B started in 2018 end. So it's set to like the 6 year completion is 2024 December 31st. So I did not, in between this time, I could not get my I-140 approved, and I just joined this company. I was laid off from my previous employer. So my this current employer is now starting my perm process. They already initiated it, but they're saying that there is like not enough time to finish the perm process in time. So my husband's I-140 is approved. So they're suggesting that we should make a transition to H4 EAD, and then my perm application will continue, and then later on I can switch back on H1 if I want to. My only concern is, if they initiate my H4 and H4 EAD application, there can be a potential gap in the employment, which I'm trying to avoid. But the attorney is saying that if we set a start date, like an expected start date on your H4 EAD, then both your H4 and EAD will come on the same time, and then you won't have a gap in the employment. So I just want to confirm from you also, just making sure that there would be like no gap in the employment. Let's say if H4 arrives first, and then I would subsequently have to wait for EAD. So just want to hear your thoughts on that.
No one can guarantee you that it will come at the same time. Because remember, EAD, usually you should be able to apply only 180 days ahead of time. H4 oddly has no limitation like that.
Yeah.
So it is very difficult to predict. Of course, your chances are better if you ask for H4 and H4 EAD in the maximum time away from today as possible. So if you
Yeah.
do it in the 6th month, chances are you'll get both of them together. I would say that as long as your employer is willing to live with it, that if necessary, there could be a few weeks gap. Hopefully not. By the way, Nikita, you can also get your your EADs expedited if the employer really needs you. I've done expedites.
Okay.
I've done expedites where we got EAD approvals within 2 weeks. So that can happen, especially if the employer can show that they need you at the earliest,
Okay.
and they can't afford you to not be on the projects. So I think what you're looking for is assurance, and that is not available.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So there is like no guarantee, even
No
if they
guarantee.
set like a start date,
No guarantee.
anything can happen.
No guarantee.
Okay.
I think it's a reasonably safe option, but there's no guarantee.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah. That's
Good.
all I wanted to ask.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
And thank you. So you said we can expedite this, right? Is there like so the attorney will do it, right? They will
Your
do the
lawyers and your
procedures for us.
employers have to do
Okay.
it. Yep.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Sounds good.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
You're welcome. Chidambarji, go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv ji. My question, I already spoken to you before about my H1 situation regarding my move from US to Netherlands. I do have a H1 approved this year through lottery, but I moved to Netherlands for a year project. It's just a follow-up question that when I come back to US next year, can I
Oh, you lost connectivity there. I just heard can I, and then I heard nothing. Chidambarji. You are on mute, Chidambar. Hello. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can
So
you hear me?
you said when I come back, can I?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I just said sorry. I said if I come back to US after an year of completing my project, can I use that experience as highly skilled migrant for my application for green card process?
So first of all, there's no such category as highly skilled migrant that I know of. So I'm
Okay.
not sure what category you are talking about.
It's that is how I'm working in Netherlands. So in Netherlands, they call
Okay, so
my
that's a
residence
different.
permit.
We have nothing to do with Netherlands laws.
Okay.
The highly skilled category is something sounds like an H1B, but I don't really know what that means. But
Okay.
having that category under your belt in Netherlands has zero impact on U.S. immigration.
Okay. So I still have to go through the EB2 process of
Absolutely, these
H1
are
then.
two different
Uh,
countries. Two different
yeah.
countries, no connection with each other.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, sir. Haji Lalan Singh ji, go ahead, please.
Hello Rajiv ji. So actually, I did mail you yesterday. We
Yeah,
had a
yeah. I know that
conversation.
that Marty is trying to set up a call for you guys, right? So we'll talk.
Yeah. So I just had like one question. So
Mm-hmm.
my employer was concerned of my two chances of H1B pickup have already like been not there. So I'm like no H1B still on like STEM OPT extension.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to know it's a good way to directly apply for green card, right?
You were born in India, Rohit,
Yes.
and are you married?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a good way, but let's talk about the options. जब बात करेंगे
Okay.
तो फिर मैं आपको बता. I'll give you a direction.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Not to worry.
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
Rajiv.
Good luck. Jayashri ji, go ahead.
Hello, Rajiv ji.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Ji, I can.
Okay, so I was on H1B and I got laid off this June.
Mm-hmm.
And within 60 days, I couldn't secure a job. So I moved to H4
Mm-hmm.
and it is in the pending status.
ठीक है.
And now, one company is trying to extend an offer with H1B sponsorship,
Mm-hmm.
like transfer passes.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to add a point here that I haven't done my first stamping yet. So basically, my H1 got picked last year. So I haven't done the first stamping yet.
Okay,
So
hold on.
how to
Hold
handle
on.
this?
Jayashri ji,
Yes.
but you did get your change of status and you actually worked on the H1B before you got laid off,
Correct.
right? So
Correct.
that's not an
Yes.
issue then. Stamping or no stamping is not an issue.
Okay. So
Okay.
my question is basically, should I go out of the country for stamping before I start my working?
Well, see, this is the way I would handle it. Okay.
Uh huh.
I
Okay.
would request the government to give me status
Okay.
within the US because the only reason I'm in this situation where I am in between statuses with B1, B2 pending is because of extraordinary circumstances beyond my control. Okay.
Correct.
So I would at least ask them to give me status within US. If they don't, I can always go to a third country, get a visa stamp. Let them approve the H1B and tell me that you have to go outside for visa stamping.
Okay. So basically, I need to get the approval here in the US and then go
Yeah.
outside
No,
of the
you
US,
can get
right?
an approval even if you've decided, you know what, I am missing Pani Puri too much. I'll go back to India and I'll just consume copious amounts of Pani Puri while my sisters do this. Copious amounts of Pani Puri while I wait for my approval to come. When the approval comes, you'll be making an appointment and then coming after me. So, in other words, you don't have to be in the US for the approval. But now that you're already here and you are waiting for B1, B2, it is legal for you to stay. So, might as well stay and make an appeal to try to get status within the US. It is unlikely, but not impossible.
Okay. So one more question: what happens to that pending H4? Should I withdraw that?
Um, I think it should be withdrawn once the H1B is approved. Okay. So what I would do if I were you is I would file the H1B premium processing, wait for it to be approved, then withdraw my H4. Okay.
Okay. Okay, got it. And
We're gonna
since I
have to
haven't
cut it
done my
short,
first.
Jayashree ji. I've got a bunch of people.
Okay, sorry for the last question. So, will it be a Dropbox or in-person appointment? On how this is
That
determined?
I do not know. That depends.
Okay.
There are two kinds of drop boxes. One is if you had that visa before. The other one is if you are applying from your home country, never had a denial in any category before, then you might be
Okay.
entitled to interview waiver.
Okay.
That's also a drop
Thank
box.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you, Zubair.
You're welcome. Krishna ji, go ahead, please. Krishna,
Hi,
please.
Rajiv. Thank you so much for giving information for everyone. I really appreciate your help. So quickly, I just want to check, sir. I came as an F1 student here, and I got my H1B through consultancy, and it got approved. And what I did is I went to India for stamping,
Mm-hmm.
and I got 221G. It was delaying so much, and
Mm-hmm.
again I applied for one more course entrepreneurship in MBA. Then I came in my existing F1. I
Mm-hmm.
entered US. After I came here, the 221G, I got a reply from Mumbai embassy that it got denied.
Okay.
But somehow in my USCIS website here, it is showing approved. The case status is still showing approved. So, but now I'm on my F1 CPT. I'm
Okay.
not sure whether
Hold
I
on,
should
Krishna
transfer.
ji. Krishna ji, 1 second. Let's back this up a little bit. So the petition approval and the visa denial are two different things.
Okay.
Okay. The fact that your H-1B approval came is totally dependent upon the USCIS.
Mm-hmm.
USCIS is a different agency than the consulates which come under the State Department. Okay.
Okay.
So if you get a 221G denial, doesn't mean that automatically your USCIS status is updated. Things are
Okay.
not real time in this country.
Okay. Now I'm in the country, sir. Now I'm on my CPT. Is it valid that I should transfer it to
Yeah, it's
transfer it to H1B, or shall I enter the new lottery
no, I
system?
think you should enter the new lottery, ma'am.
Like completely new lottery.
Now, I
Uh,
don't know what the grounds for denial of the 221G were, but chances
mhm.
are, if the 221G, it's actually a more complicated issue than I can give you a snap judgment on, but it's
Mhm.
definitely a point that should be discussed with your H1B lawyers and ask them, should I apply for the lottery again? I think you'll have to apply again, my guess.
Okay,
All
for
right?
lottery once again.
G, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Palak ji, go ahead.
Yes, hi Rajiv. So I have already texted you about my situation that I'm currently on F1 OPT and then I want to apply for STAM OPT.
Mhm.
Now, I was a part of company A that got acquired by company B.
Oh yeah, yeah. You had
Now,
some problem with वो जो क्या होता है वो जो e-verify के साथ, right?
then my company is saying that they are still deciding if they are going to do e-verify for company B, even if they are
Okay.
e-verified for
I
company A.
I'm going to stop you right there for a second. I actually
Yeah.
had this discussion with another client of mine, a corporate client. They
Okay.
are a bigger company and they have bunch of sister companies. So one of their sister companies is e-verified. This is important because it might work for you. Think about this. So the way I see the regulations, and again, you should have these verified by your lawyers. The way I see these regulations, the regulations say normally the company that is the e-verified company can only do your STEM OPT and they must personally supervise your work. Okay. Now we come to step two. So let's say there are two companies X and Y. Let's say you got your the X company is e-verified and Y is not. Okay. So what if X does your STEM OPT and places you to work at Y? Both companies are related. And one of the X supervisor is actually on site with Y supervising your work. That means X is supervising your work. Why? Because that employee, the supervisor, belongs to company X. In such a case, I think it's a very good argument that company X is still supervising you and company Y is just the client. Therefore, the STEM OPT is perfectly valid.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
so it should be valid. Yeah, and
Yeah.
in case if I get RFE on my STEM OPT, can I argue with them with the same answers that you just
Oh,
gave me?
absolutely. I would beat them over the head with a stick with this argument because
Thank you
this is
so
a
much.
good argument. Okay.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
Good luck. Uh,
Yeah.
hi, Himani ji. Go ahead. Himani Sharawat? Is it Seharawat? Sorry. Himani? Okay, did you take a break? Okay, Lakshmi ji, go ahead.
Hi Rajiv ji, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
So I'm currently doing masters and I'll be graduating this semester in December. And like I'm planning to go to India before my graduation in December first week. My graduation date is December 16th. And I'm also currently doing internship with a company and my CPT end date is December 15th. So I'm planning to go to India sometime in December first week and come back before my EAD starts, which is I got my EAD card and it starts on January 8th and I got an offer as well. So I wanted to know if I can travel to India in the December first week and come back before my EAD
Actually,
starts.
Lakshmiji, I want you to go to my blog on immigration.com. Also on my
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn profile, I have this. I think I have this uh, pinned. When you can travel,
Okay.
it's an info map. Take a look at it. If it doesn't make sense, come talk to me again.
Sure, Rajivji. I'll
Okay?
look into it.
Because what
Yeah,
I
thank
did
you.
was I sat down and I figured out all the regulations
Mm-hmm.
and the various policy ideas, and I converted them all into an info map. And once I converted them, I don't remember what I wrote. I have to look at that map myself. Take a look at it. If your question is not answered, we can talk next Thursday. Okay?
Sure, Rajivji. So where can I find this map, Rajivji?
It should be pinned on my LinkedIn profile as well as on my blog. So if you go to immigration.com, which is our
Mm-hmm.
website, and on the very top ribbon, it says Rajiv's blog. Go to about the fifth or sixth page of the blog. That information is there.
Okay, I'll look into it,
Okay.
Rajivji. Thank you.
You're welcome. Himani, are you back? I guess not. Rahulji, go ahead.
Hello Rajivji, thank you so much for the opportunity. I just have one question, Rajivji. My wife is on H4 and she is planning to start her studies on F1. We are planning to she goes to India and do the F1 stamping. Just wanted to check. Just in case if there is any problem on F1 stamping, she can still come back on her H4 visa, right?
Absolutely.
That should be.
Absolutely. Unless her F1 is denied for fraud, misrepresentation, robbing a bank, something like that. So tell her not to rob a bank. We are fine.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Rajivji. That helps.
You're welcome. Hi, Shreyaji. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thanks for hosting this call. So I had three questions that I wanted to ask. Firstly, I'm currently on STEM OPT visa, and my F1 expires in June 2024, and my STEM OPT holds good until July 2024. So can I travel to India in January, or is there any such thing like you need to like you shouldn't be traveling 6 months prior to your visa expiration?
Okay, it's not the visa expiration that bothers me, but let's look at the
Okay.
status issue. So,
Mm-hmm.
what you are worried about is that you're going to travel and the life of the visa is going to be less than 6 months when you come back, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Let's instead look at your status. Currently, you are on
Mm-hmm.
OPT,
STEM OPT.
STEM OPT. When you travel, you'd still be on STEM OPT.
Right. Yeah.
When would that be expiring? That is the part that is.
July 2024.
And you'll be coming in December, right?
I'll be coming back in Jan, so I'll be traveling
Yeah, so I don't
January.
I don't see it as a problem. Okay.
Okay.
You also
Okay.
go to the same mind map that I referred previously. I think it was Jayashri unka naam tha. So
Okay.
what I told her is the same for you. Just look at the
Mm-hmm.
mind map. Make sure you have all the right documentation. I don't see any problem. Visa stamping is not an issue.
Okay. Okay. The other question was around day one CPT. So, firstly, is it legal to like go for a day one CPT? Because
Yeah,
I've been hearing mixed opinions around that.
no,
So,
I'm quite clear about that. I think
okay.
as long as it enhances your career, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any reason why you cannot do CPT. Of course, the government doesn't like it, but I'm not in this
Okay.
world to be popular. I have to be
Yeah.
legal. I don't have to be popular. I don't want
Right.
the USCIS officers to kiss me on both cheeks. I just
Mm-hmm.
want them to make sure that I'm legal. So if this is in the regulations, it is legal. Why shouldn't I do it? Now there is always an underlying condition in everything we do in immigration that we are not doing it in bad faith, which means
Mm-hmm.
we're not doing it for improper purposes. So if something
Right.
enhances my career, why shouldn't I do it? I would do it in a heartbeat.
Okay. So as long as the coursework and
Yeah.
everything aligns with what I'm working on,
Or
it
what
should be
your career goals are. I mean, you might
right.
have started in chemical engineering, then went into information systems, and now you want to go into, I don't know, data science or automation. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And considering that my STEM OPT expires in July 2024, is there anything like I should be admitted into a school?
Now that you have to talk to
before?
the DSO because you have a 60-day grace period following the end of your
Okay.
STEM OPT within which you must roll over.
Okay, got it. All right. And then just the last question. So do we know anything about a chance of a third lottery? And
No.
if not, the new.
I would
Okay.
need to be an astrologer for that.
Okay. And so the new rules that have been proposed for the H-1B lottery going forward, would they be implemented for the lottery that happens next year in April?
No, the government thinks so, but they're not sure.
Oh, okay.
All
All
right.
right. I think those were my questions. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Good luck.
Yeah.
Saurabh Ganguly, is this somebody from cricket?
I used to play cricket, but now I'm pursuing my American dream, Rajiv.
Now
sir.
you're
Thank
teaching
you.
people how to play cricket. That's what we do.
Yeah.
All right, Ganguly Saab. Keman ache?
So, hello, Rajiv sir. Thank you for hosting and helping us navigate our path. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I have couple of questions. First question that the pilot program which the USCIS or the US government is thinking to run early next year for H1B stamping or renewal in US only. Will
One
that
thing. I think it will only be renewal. I don't think it will be first time stamping. At least that's my
that,
guess.
that answers
Because
the question.
yeah, it's called visa revalidation. Revalidation used to exist back in 2015, and in those days we used to use it quite frequently. But it was always for a second time visas, not the first time visas. So keep going.
Okay, my second question is that if I'm going, so I was on F1, my H1B got approved, and right, and so what happened? I got out of my project when I was on my F1 OPT, okay, and I was without a project for couple of months, and then I transitioned to H1B from 1st October.
But hold on, you never went over your prescribed time limit, which is 90 days or 150 days, depending upon where you are, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, so that should not be a problem. So keep going. What then?
So, my question to you will be that when I go for stamping, and from your experience, sir, under what circumstances the state, the DHS, or the consul officer rejects an application of H1B?
Oh,
Just wanted to
that I
be
can, Dada, I can write a book on.
okay.
That is like asking a doctor, how many ways can I fall sick? I mean, that's not an answerable question, but I can tell you this. The fact that you were not working for 2 months, 3 months, as long as it was less than 150 days, you were never out of status. The question on the DS 160 says, have you ever been out of status? The answer is hell no.
Got it, sir. That was my question.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Prashantji, go ahead.
Hi Rajiv, thank you for taking my question. I am on my initial OPT, which started in July this year, and I've been working with a startup. Um, so we have an operating agreement that I'll be getting a certain portion of equity for that once I deliver some deliverables, which are to be delivered within this week. And from next week, I'm gonna switch my employer since my term will be finalized with the startup.
Let me back you up just real quickly. What percentage would be that in the of the equity?
Less than 10%, single digit.
All right, keep going. All right.
Yeah. So once and we have the operating agreement which says I'll have the right to equity rather than equity to just to avoid any
Yeah, so it's
conflicts
an
with my
option.
future employers.
It's an option
Yeah.
rather than equity. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like just like an ESOP. So and that needs to be exercised before Series A happens. So which may happen maybe next year or say any time in future.
Is the company
So
in stealth mode or are they open?
it's a Delaware LLC.
Yeah, but they are openly advertising what they are doing, or are they keeping it quiet?
No, it's quiet. It's currently quiet since we are only two people working for it.
Okay, all right, keep going.
Yeah.
So
So assuming that in future I need to exercise my right while I'm still working at a place and my employer doesn't see it as a conflict, can it be a conflict in terms of immigration law?
No, I don't think so. I'll tell you why. When you, by the way, when you talk with your corporate lawyers, or if the
Mm-hmm.
company has an immigration lawyer, they should be involved in reviewing the contract and make sure that they add one or two clarifying sentences in the contract. Basically, what I wanted to say is that you would have earned the right and you can exercise it anytime over the next X years, whether you are working for this company or not. Now, what does that do? The benefit
Mm-hmm.
that you are taking a year down the line or 2 years down the line while not working for this company is something you
Mm-hmm.
already worked for in the past when you were working for this company. So in other
Mm-hmm.
words, आपने जो आम का पेड़ लगाया था उसका आप फल अब खा रहे
चाहे मैं
and
कहीं पे भी हूँ.
that's perfectly legal. To
Okay.
get paid,
And
to get paid
Mhm.
for past benefits that are due you while you are working for another company on an H1B or OPT is perfectly legal.
Okay. It
Okay.
currently says that I will be eligible till Series A happens. No
Yeah, I think
mention
I
of any
think
timelines.
that's a legitimate
Yeah.
solution, but have it double checked with your immigration lawyers because I am paranoid. I just like to double check everything.
All right, sure.
Okay.
And next question is employer-employee relationship. For example, this company applies for my H1B next year.
Now,
So do we
H1B
need
is
to?
not going to be a problem. Green card will be.
Okay. So
Okay.
we cannot proceed with green card with this company?
No,
Something like
you
that?
you you will not be able to. That would be very difficult unless you get into non-voting stock. If you get into
Okay.
non-voting stock, then I can still argue for a STEM OPT. I'm sorry, for a perm application.
All right. And finally, if I rather go via EB to national interest waiver route,
Oh, that's even better.
which,
Then we don't care. You could own the whole company.
yeah. So I was just having a specific question regarding the NIW that should one thing is extraordinary ability and the other thing is that NIW, which means like it should be an impact of the whole US, right? So I mean, I'm
Well,
not
it's not
sure
the
like
whole US, but it's more than the local or one company's
yeah, on the
impact.
national level,
Yeah.
right? So
Well,
I'm just curious to know, like, for example, my product improves a particular process. So does that make sense for NIW, or I should need to demonstrate my
okay.
ability as
So
well for
let me
that?
give you an example.
Yeah.
So we did an NIW for a scientist working in autoimmune diseases for one of
Hmm.
the Ivy League universities. Okay.
Okay.
So the Ivy League university had given her a job. She was a French scientist. This is a real case. French scientist. Okay. So we said to the government, number one, she's fully qualified to do the job. She has a PhD. Number two, her work will be in the national interest. Why? Because autoimmune disease is a national priority and we were able to show data on that. And the work that
Okay.
she is doing is not only for that university, it is academic research, it's open to everyone.
Hmm.
Okay. And number three, there is interest in the United States in her work. This big deal university wants her on their staff so bad. Okay.
Hmm.
So that is an example. So now, if we took the same idea and said instead of the research being open, it is confined to one company, that would be a more difficult case to sustain for NIW. But there are NIW principles in STEM, especially, where I could argue that the technology that she's working on is a national priority. It's a critical technology, and then I would be able to get it. So sometimes you can get, even though the impact per se is not national, the technology is on critical list, I have a good chance of getting it through.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
And coming back to the right to equity versus equity, so it can be either of them,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that is not an issue. I mean, that is up to the corporate lawyers to decide. From the immigration perspective, I just want to make sure you worked for it and then you got paid sometime in the future. That's not a problem.
Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you. I guess I'm good for now. Thank you so much for taking my questions.
You're welcome. Vijayji, go ahead, please.
Hey Rajiv. So currently I'm in H4. I'm planning to do my change of status to F1 with um, the premium processing. So, do I need a lawyer for the filing, or can I do it on my own?
What are you planning to do, perm?
No, change of status to F1.
Change of status to F1. As long as your DSO is working with you, I don't really see the need for a lawyer.
Okay, seems like they are not.
You need a lawyer.
Okay, okay. So, what are the chances of getting that rejected or getting the 221G?
221G, you are going for a visa stamping or are you going for a change of status?
After that, once I go to India.
That I can't. Vijayji, that is a very long discussion. I have to look at your entire back history.
Okay.
But if you went from F1 to H1 back, you're going back to F1, right?
No. I came on H4, so I'm planning for F1.
Oh, you're going from H4 to F1.
Yeah.
Have you had a visa denial before?
We got 221G before.
221G was for the H4?
H1 for my wife.
H1 for your wife, but not for you, right?
We both applied at the same time, so we kind of got 221G.
So that wasn't personal to you, that was to your wife. Okay.
Yeah.
So that H1 was not approved, or was it ultimately approved?
Ultimately approved. We
then it is a non-issue. Don't worry about the 221G. Remember that you are entitled to an interview waiver if the visa gets approved ultimately.
Okay. So when I go to India, so will there be a Dropbox or I have
Yeah,
to
I think you
again?
should go for a Dropbox. You tell them I'm going for an F1, and there was an earlier 221G, but it was approved.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all.
Good luck.
So in any case, if I got rejected, I can go back as a H4, right?
Absolutely. Same advice I gave somebody else. Don't rob a bank.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
resist
you.
when you feel like robbing a bank. Just absolutely resist that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, Bernard, what's up?
Thank you, Rajiv sir, for accepting my request. So my question is, so I am on H1B visa and it's maxing out after 5 months. Perm just filed and attorney said you don't have enough time. What are the safe options for me to stay in US and work? Is change of status from H1B to F1 visa with kind of a day one CPT university
Absolutely.
good option?
Absolutely. And you can also premium the F1. So yeah, I think that you came with the answer yourself. Look into CPT unless you qualify for something like an O1A. In that case, yeah, you can look into that.
Okay, so I mean, going back to India is not a good option, right? I mean, I should
Why not?
probably go.
Why not? Remember they have pani puri.
Yeah. So basically, because my employer doesn't exist in India, so that's why, like, I
They
am a
can,
bit
unless you are working with export restricted technologies like 128-bit encryption or something like that, you can work from India for the employer in USA. What's the problem?
Actually, I cannot work right now because I have, like, federal project, so they don't allow to
But
work.
as far as going to India causing immigration damage is concerned, I don't see any reason for that. But as to the ability to work, that's between your employer and you.
Okay, but CPD option, like day one CPD option, these universities, like I can go with that, correct?
As long
For
as
the
it
executive.
enhances your career, I always tell people, as long as it is enhancing your career. So don't go from, I don't know, electronics engineering to history of modern art. Unless it goes with your career goals, I would not do it. But if it goes with your career goals, go for it.
Yeah. So basically, I'm currently doing my master's in information technology, but that is an online course. But because of the my constraint of this 5 months, like I just have 5 months on the perm. So I'm thinking, like, to take one more course, which will be like hybrid course where I will be attending a weekend college once in a semester, and I will be able to work
As long
kind of
as the
thing.
degree is accredited, Bernard, I would go for it.
Okay.
But beyond that, I cannot really tell you. Everything is so specific to your background. But theoretically, at least, it's a good option.
Okay, will do. Thank you, sir.
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Good luck. Okay, so I'll go to Bhanu in 1 second. I just want to let people know, guys, I have a hard stop in about 38 minutes. We've been going for about the same time, so just going by numbers, I think I might be able to take 17 more people today. Otherwise, we'll just get together next Thursday. So let me just finish Bhanu's questions. Bhanuji, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv sir. Good afternoon. Thank you for taking me here. So, sir, I'm on I'm on OPT. So I have pending H1B H1B which is like I'm waiting for the approval in
Okay.
consular process.
Okay.
So and here I have a project in my hand, and my employer is asking me, he wants to start my perm labor process in November. So the H1B is not yet approved.
That's okay. They can.
So
Bhanuji, they can.
mhm.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Your perm can be started even before the H1B approval. No issue.
Okay. So what are the strategic steps, that I should take care, in this perm labor process,
That
and traveling
strategy
out of
of
the
a
country?
that is a book. That is not a question answer session because
So once they have posted the ads, they're running the ads now. So maybe they will be ready with the ads in November. So they will be starting my perm process.
right.
So once my H1B got approved, so once my employer starts the perm process, there'll be some restriction to travel out of the country,
No,
right? So will they?
no, there is no such restriction. Don't worry about that.
Okay,
That's a non-issue.
yeah,
Okay.
okay, that's great, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
don't
you, sir.
worry. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, guys, let me see how many more people we can do. I think I can only do about 17 more, one more panel, but I'll do my best. Let's see how many people. But I have to stop at 1:30 exact. Okay, let's start getting new people in. Sanit, Nihal Singh, Karan Desai, and then Gautam, and then Himashu, and then Uma Malik, and then Dhrupad, and then Vase, Vase, then Usman, oh good, Usman, then Hardik. Boy, the system is so slow. Kanwar, Hemant, Sahil, Rajdeep, Saurav, Meghna. Nope, that's it. 17 people. That's all I can do. Let me see how many I can. Guys, let's try to make things quick, okay? So we can talk to more people. But of course, I do want to help. Nihalji, go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Rajiv ji. Good morning. Rajiv ji, I have my I-140 approved. If I'm planning to move back to India, and then maybe 5 years later, if I intend to come back to US, will I still have to go through the H1B lottery process,
No,
Rajiv ji?
no.
Okay.
Because you will come under something called remainder option. And if your
Okay.
I-140 gets approved and stays approved for 180 days, you are
Okay.
safe from the lottery, at least under the current rules, forever.
Okay. And Rajiv ji, does this hold true for someone who doesn't have an I-140 but just an approved H1B? If they go back and come back,
They'll have the time remaining on their H1B if they don't want to go through the lottery. So let's say you got your H1B approved, you worked 1 year, then you left. After 5 years, you want to come back. It's within
Okay.
6 years. So actually, no. remainder is forever. Let's say after 7 years you want to come back.
Okay.
You have only used 1 year of your H1B. You still have 5 years left. You should be able to come back without the lottery.
Okay, so if they have consumed all the 6 years, then they will have to again
Then
find
they
an
have,
employer
yeah.
and get through the
Yeah,
lottery
unless they
system,
have an
right? Okay.
I-140 approved. Actually, you can Google it. It's called remainder option. H1B
Okay.
remainder option. Okay.
Got it. Thank
Good.
you, Rajiv.
You're
Those are
welcome.
my questions. Thanks
You're
a lot.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gautamji, go ahead.
Hi, Rajiv. My question is, I was terminated from my employment on September 22nd, and I received 2 weeks severance pay on October 6th. So when does my 60-day grace period or days of unemployment?
So the smart money would say that be very conservative. Think that your H1B's grace period started when the job was actually stopped, when you stopped working, because there is some suggestion in the record that says severance pay, unless it is really full salary, does not protect you. But if it is full salary, it can be argued that the grace period started when the salary period ended. So you could get a couple of weeks extra. But like I said, the smart money would say is be conservative and think of it as from the date you stopped working.
Okay.
Okay.
I just have one more. So my wife has H1B, and I was thinking of being her dependent as H4 COS. So if I get a job, so can I convert back to H1B?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that's all the questions.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
One quick question. You did get a change of status and you worked on H1B for a while, right?
Yeah, I worked for 1
No
4
problem.
years
You
now.
can convert back to H1, no issue.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Karanji, go ahead.
Yep. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Rajiji, for hosting this. This has been really helpful.
Excellent.
So one question I have about is for the Day 1 CPT. So I'm looking into that, and the question I have is uh, I'm currently deciding on school where to go. So my case is where I am working remotely from California, but I want to go to school which are not in California, but they will have the hybrid program. So once a semester, I have to go there. So do you see any issue for the RFE
You
because
have
of this
to
issue?
check with your DSO
Mhm.
about whether the degree is accredited and whether they are following all the rules of SEVIP. If the rules are being followed, I don't see why not.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I just had that question about the location because I'm already in a remote position. So
Yeah.
someone will say, like, someone told me that you are putting your work over the studies when you are on F1. So that might create some issue.
Well, the only thing I would say is that make sure you have a complete record of attending all those programs. If you fly, you should keep your boarding passes. If you are going by road, make sure you keep track of the gas that you bought on the way, where you stayed, record of all that, because they're going to ask you for that. Okay.
Got it.
Just document the hell out of it. All right.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Sanitji, go ahead.
Hi, Rajivji. Good afternoon. So I'm currently on STEM OPT. My STEM OPT status is till June 2020. Actually, May 2025. I'm planning to go to India and come back in January 2024. But my visa stamping ends on June 2024.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Sanitji. I'm not worried about the visa stamping.
Okay.
Because
So
remember,
it will be good, right?
remember, a visa is merely a permission to come to the airport in the United States.
Okay.
Okay. So as long as you have even 1 day remaining, I'm okay with that. But you should have maintained status. You should have proof of everything. If you have been listening to the call, I have referred people to a mind map. Make sure you review that. Talk to your DSO. Make sure you are okay to travel. I don't see a problem just because the visa is expiring. Okay.
Okay, so one more thing is like since I have like one more year left on my EAD card.
Mm-hmm.
So will there be anything to
No,
do to extend my stamping date, or will
no,
it be
you don't
fine?
have to. You don't have to. There's no need for that. Okay.
Okay. And one more thing is like while returning back from India, so will I be needing just the employer letter or also the
You
client
should
letter?
you should carry proof of. That's why I'm referring you to the mind map. Just read all that. It tells you what to bring with you. You should have proof of maintaining status all the way through first year OPT, second year STEM OPT. Okay.
Okay. I was seeing the website, but can you repeat that again? Where can I find that
So if
mind
you
map?
go to immigration.com to the top ribbon where it says our fees, and there's a one entry for Rajiv's blog. Click on that. About fifth or sixth page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Go in there. Good luck.
Yeah, and one more question
Sir,
is
you're gonna have to.
this.
Your one more questions are not ending. Make it really quick, please.
Yeah, the same question. My sister is doing her PhD and her visa stamping ends in 2024, but she got admission into PhD and ends in 2027 or 2028.
Mm-hmm.
So she's also planning to go to India. So does she need any stamping?
No, I told you, as long as the visa is still valid, just discuss with your DSO, with her DSO, to make sure there's nothing else that's a problem. But the visa expiring is not a problem in returning. Only
Okay.
problem is when you travel the next time, you'll have to get it stamped.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Drupadji, go ahead.
Hello, Rajiv. Thank you for helping us here.
Mm-hmm. Of course, my pleasure.
So recently, I heard news that USCI is planning to stop accepting EB2, EB3 applications. Is it like true?
That is not true. Wherever you
Okay.
heard that news, delete that link from your browser.
Okay, and just one more question. So, my 140 is approved from ex-employer. If I join back, do I need to go through whole POM process and labor
No.
process again?
If the employer can prove that they never stopped the job from existing, the job continued to exist, and if they can prove that they wanted to take you back and you wanted to join back, it can all go on just the way it was. And if you had to start all over again because it's a different job or there is some other problem, then you can just carry the priority date forward anyway. So this is a question that your lawyers will have to discuss with you, because it depends upon the nature of the job. When did you leave? Why did you leave? Who was doing the job in your absence, etc., etc.
Yeah, they're offering same position.
Yeah, so I would say in principle, yes. In practice, talk to their lawyers.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good luck. Yeah. Umaji, go ahead.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Thank you for taking my question. Actually, sir, I am a master's from US, and I have done my PhD in civil engineering from India. And currently, I am in Canada, and I am working as a professor in Canada with one of the college. और सर अब मेरा है कि मेरी डॉटर यूएस सिटीजन है और मेरे डाइवोर्स के बाद आई मूव्ड बैक टू इंडिया बट अब she is going for her higher studies in US. So I want to now move to US with her because it's just staying, because it's both of us in a family. So I want to stay with her. I was on H1B when I finished my master's in US. I was on my H1B. I completed my H1B all 6 years, exhausted them. But I am having PR of Canada now, and she's a US citizen, but she's right now 18 or 19, so almost there. So she can't do my sponsorship or something.
No.
So my question is like, what are my options? Can I be H1B cap exempt because I am PhD from India? Or because everybody is saying you won't get H1B because it's very tough?
Well, you have to go through the lottery.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because your 6 years are over. So you have to go through the lottery again. But there is another visa. If you Google Foreign State Department Foreign Affairs Manual space cohabiting relatives, cohabiting relatives.
Okay.
You will come to the State Department operating procedures. It's definitely 9 Foreign Affairs Manual, Volume 9, under B2
Okay.
visas, where it says that if you have been living together with a relative, you can actually accompany them. Also, students can have their parents accompany them and keep getting B2 visa extensions. So at least in theory, that is something that is available. I don't know if it's going to work for you, but you can take a look at it and you can try getting a tourist visa to stay with your daughter for a while at least. Okay.
I already got the tourist visa, but the problem is I won't get work visa. Like
Work visa,
working
there is no work visa. Now, if you became a Canadian citizen, then you can do a TN visa.
But sir, if I am PhD from India, I won't be H1B cap exempt.
No, there is no such cap exemption. The cap exemption goes if you go and get a quota exempt job. Go to the frequently asked questions on immigration.com. I have discussed this issue many times before. What are quota exempt jobs? Okay.
Okay, sure, sir. So, sir, if I will get a job even, then I can't go for H1B till that lottery opens next year.
Not if it's a quota exempt job. Okay.
Oh.
So, like teaching
Sure.
positions are almost always quota exempt.
Okay,
All
great,
right.
sir. Sure. Thank you, sir.
Good
Thank
luck,
you
ma'am.
very much.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Kamarji, go
Bye.
ahead. Kamarji.
Hi, sir. Thank you for taking all the questions. So my first question is, my wife is on F2 and I'm on F1 right now and I'm working here and next year is my last year for H1B lottery. She's trying to get a job. She has an MBA from India. She's trying to get a job here. I wanted to know that only federal or non-profit companies are the one that can give her a job as an H1B exempt thing.
Okay, this is a fairly long discussion. I'll try to summarize it very briefly for you.
Yes.
There are only 4 kinds of jobs that are quota exempt. Number 1, jobs with institutions of higher learning. Number 2, jobs with non-profits affiliated with institutions of higher learning. Number 3, non-profit research organizations. Number 4, government research organizations, state or federal.
Okay.
So one important point to remember, even if you are working for, let's say, a staffing company, and they place you to work with a non-profit research, your job is quota exempt. Because even though your employer is quota, but the job is quota exempt.
Okay.
Just remember that. Anything
Okay.
else?
So these are the only options that allows her to transfer from F2 to a like that's how she can work.
Those are the only 4 types of jobs. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I had.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Vasai, go ahead, please.
Good morning, Rajiv sir. This is Wase. Thank you so much for accepting me.
My pleasure.
Sir ji, मैं आपसे last time भी I seek help from you, great help from you always.
Absolutely.
One situation I have right now is, sir ji, my wife H4 has expired. So H4 copy पे expiration date is like August 23rd. That is 2 months.
Then did she get 10 days extra to leave?
And I-94 is valid till September 2nd.
So they give you extra 10 days, no? So that's normal.
Okay, yeah. So, Sergi, my question is like the visa has already expired. So, what would be the next step?
Remember, she's accruing unlawful presence from the day her I-94 expires. If she's not out of here by 180 days after that, she cannot come back for 3 years. So what she should do is, right now nothing is gone wrong. She should go get her visa stamping and come back. She can go to any country surrounding here. She can go to, if Mexico is open for third country, she can go to Mexico. She can go to Jamaica, Costa Rica, Bahamas, New Virgin Islands, any of the surrounding countries. Canada is taking a little extra long, so I wouldn't go to Canada. But go get her visa stamp. You can go with her, get her visa stamp and bring her back. She's all set. When you file the DS-160, Vase Saab,
Mm-hmm.
there's a question. Have you been out of status? The answer is yes. When did you become
Okay.
out of status? The day after your I-94 expired. Have you been unlawfully present? Yes. How many days? The time between your I-94 expiration, I-94 plus 10 days, whatever that 10-day period is, I-94 expiration until the time you left USA. As long as that period is less than 180 days, there is no issue.
Sorry, but there was the same situation. I have referred this to my friend, and he did it from you. There's a process name as NPT that
No,
we
but
can file from here.
nunc pro tunc is very rare. And also,
Okay.
nunc pro tunc, we've done plenty of cases successfully. But why would I spend
Mm-hmm.
thousands of dollars on lawyers when I can just go to another country, get it stamped, and come back?
All right. No, but just in case, like right now, we don't want her to travel because there are things going on over here. So, hum chahe ki, just do the renewal from here itself. So, what do you recommend? And I want to seek help from you itself
No,
because I
no.
don't have a
What is the
lawyer.
ground? What is the ground? Why did it expire? Was it something you overlooked?
So the thing is, like, I've asked my employer to do that. It looks like they did it, and I was under the impression that it's
Okay,
already been
hold
done.
on. Will
So
you be able to get a letter from the employer that says we made a mistake, we were going to, but we forgot?
I don't think so, Saji.
Yeah, that's a tough case to make. I would advise go get a visa stamping.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Saji. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Hardik ji,
Thank
go
you.
ahead, please. Hardik Shukla.
Hello, Rajiv sir. Thank you for hosting this session.
Mhm.
Sir, I'm currently on a F1 STEM OPT, and my question is if I take an employer approved FMLA leave of absence, which is unpaid, would that count towards my unemployment period?
I do not know the answer to that question. You should check with your DSO because this is a policy issue and the policy is given to the DSOs. They know exactly what the policy is. Check with them what they say. It may not be if it is, you said it's unpaid. Is it the first year of your OPT?
No, it's my STEM OPT.
Yeah, double check with the DSO. Let me know what they say, okay? We'll figure it out for you. If they say it is not allowed, I would just check with one more DSO. Actually, hold on one second. I may have a note on it somewhere. I'm just doing a quick search on my own. I think they are saying that FMLA is, my quick note is FMLA position is not crystallized. That means we don't really know what the answer is. Double check with your DSO. There might be a new, yeah, I don't have anything specific on that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, double check with your DSO. Let me know what they say. I would be most interested.
Also, an additional question that I had was, if I took an approved vacation or paid time off during my first year of OPT, does that also count towards unemployment?
If you took paid time off, well, that's also a difficult question to answer. This is the way the government describes it. They say that if it is a part of the regular routine leave provided by the employer to all employees, there's no problem.
Okay.
That is not counted as a part of your, forbidden time, so to speak.
All right. So we can conclude that that won't affect the unemployment.
That should not affect. No.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Good luck. 1 second. Hey guys, I only have 14 more minutes. I'm so sorry. I would not be able to talk to the rest of the people, but only the panel that we have up here. Okay. We'll talk again. You can join us again next Thursday on our private conference bridge. Okay, we'll post it. Usmanji, go ahead, please. Usman. Hemantji, go ahead, please.
Hey Rajiv, I thank you for doing this. I already messaged you on LinkedIn regarding this, but I would like to get your recommendation as well. My I've already have an EB2 approved in August 2020 with my previous employer. I changed employment in 2022, and I was checking with my current employer whether they can do my green card processing. The attorney of my company has said that I'm eligible for EB1B, but the immigration team, while talking about EB2 processing, they mentioned that my manufacturing plant is shutting down next year, and we would be going forward. All the EB2s is being paused, and we'll go forward with your EB2 only after we get into a new office space. Now that attorney said I'm eligible for EB1B, I'm trying to approach them, trying to say that can we start this process right now? Is address change gonna affect my EB1B processing in any
Absolutely,
way?
absolutely not. Go for it.
Okay, what about, is address change gonna affect EB2?
Yeah, but it can be planned for. Is it in the same geographical area?
It is, yeah.
Then EB2 is not an issue. Even EB2 can be done.
Okay.
All right.
Is there any this thing that I should talk to them about as a recommendation from your side when they
No,
talk
just
about this
tell
address
them
change?
that if the employer moves its location within about 50 miles of another location, even the EB2 is no issue.
Okay, but EB1B does not have anything to do with
EB1B
address
has
change.
no geographical restriction.
Okay. I have one question, which is a piece of information I wanted to confirm with you. After 6 years of your first of the first H1B, and if the I-140 is not applied for, and we don't have an I-140, then if I have to, I go back to India, and if I have to come back to the country, do I have to go through the lottery system again?
Yeah, you have to stay out for 1 year, and then you have 6 years of H1B again, but you have to go through the lottery.
Okay, got
All
it.
right.
That's all from my side.
Good
Thank
luck.
you so much, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Usman, are you back?
Yes, Rajivji, good
Go ahead.
morning.
Hello,
Sorry
sir.
for the disconnects.
No worries.
So I had a very couple of questions with yes or no answers kind of a thing.
Okay.
One thing is like with respect to the DS 160, there has been multiple submissions by the agent. There is a lot of corrections and you have to resubmit again and again. Is that okay to have multiple DS 160
I mean,
submissions?
as long as these are not, I don't know what kind of correction, minor typos, not an issue.
Minor type.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Okay, great. And from the H1B point of view, Rajivji, to the GC, what is the easiest way? I tried to be on immigration.com. I think I could not find the easiest way of having this understanding.
Which country were you born in, Usman?
India.
Okay, that was a bad move, first of all. Okay. So now, if you're decided to get born in India, there's not much I can do for you. Is your wife also from India?
Yes.
Ouch. Okay. Other than the EB1 category, A, B, or C, everything else is abysmally slow. But the good news is, you plan it right, you can continue working on your H1B for years while you're waiting for your green card to come through.
Oh, oops. So the employer had also given the opportunity to take L1A.
Yeah, that is the move I want you to make. Do the L1A.
Okay.
But by the way, even if you enter USA on H1B, that doesn't mean your L1A eligibility or EB1C eligibility goes away. We've done plenty of cases from H1B directly to EB1C. No issue.
Okay. From the same employer.
Same employer.
Okay.
Absolutely. No issue.
Fantastic. And Rajivji, with respect to the H4 higher education options, H4 can also work. Sorry, I'm asking a very naive question, but
no, H4 cannot work until your I-140 is approved.
Okay. So this information about I-140 and rest of the things.
By the way, Usmanji, before I forget, L2 can work the moment they land into the United States.
Okay.
So if you do an L1A and L2 for your wife, both of you will land with work permission in the United States.
Okay. So, but not H4.
Not H4.
The education point of view, Rajivji, H4 can take higher education
L2 can
like
also.
PhD.
L2 has the same rights towards education as L1, only more.
Okay.
L2, I mean. L2 is better.
Filter is always better.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Rajivji.
You're welcome. Sahilji, go ahead.
Hello, Rajivji. Thank you for having this forum. I had a couple of questions. So right now I'm on H1B and it got picked this year, and before that I was on my OPT, first year of OPT. So I got laid off in the last week of September, but I got my H1B approved before that. So I think I am still on my H1B, right?
Yeah, you
Since it
should be
got
fine.
approved
You should be fine.
from October 1.
You should be fine.
So since my 60 days clock has started, so I was thinking of for my options. So if suppose I consider of going back to India and again reapply and try to re-enter, so I think I would be still have my H1B, right?
Okay, hold on a second. This is a little confusing. Your H1B got approved effective October 1st, correct?
Yes.
Have you started work with that employer?
No, I got laid off before that.
Before you. Okay. So did the employer revoke the H1B before October 1st?
No, he did not.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about
Okay. If you go to India, you cannot return on your H1B unless you have another approval. Okay. Traveling on H1B without a job, the same job that got you the H1B, is most likely illegal.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
So the other options what I was considering was to go to B2 and if suppose I get a job, so would I be going for like change of status
Yeah,
or do I
hold
need
on.
to go back to
Hold
India?
on. Go to immigration.com, top ribbon, Rajiv's blog. About third entry, how to apply for B1, B2 or B2 within that 60-day grace period. Tells you everything that you need to know.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Good luck, sir. Sauravji, go ahead.
Hello, namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
So I have two easy questions. I am on OPT, and next year I wanted to apply. I will apply premium like the STEM OPT and H1B. So first question is regarding premium STEM application. Is it good idea to go with premium STEM application?
Absolutely. I think it's a good idea.
Okay. And the second thing is like, so for last 2 years there is multiple H1B lotteries every year. If next year multiple H1B lottery happens, and if I change employer between first and second lottery, and my first lottery doesn't get picked, then if I change employer, will I be considered for second lottery as well?
Okay, so I think there's a lot of confusion in the way you ask the question. You may be clear about what you're asking, but you're not clear in the question. So I think this is what you're asking me. You're asking me if employer X applied for my lottery, but I have moved to employer Y either after or before the first lottery. Now I am with employer Y, and now all of a sudden in the second round my name gets picked up through employer X, right? Is that the situation?
No, if it didn't get picked, and if I change employer, and there is second lottery happening, should I go with the second lottery as well?
It's not your choice. It's automatically, if you're in the pool, they'll automatically run you in the lottery. You can't apply again. The second lottery is picked from the same pool which was in the first lottery.
Oh.
There's no fresh
even
application.
Even if I change the employer?
Yeah, no fresh application. No, sir.
Okay.
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 Good luck. You're welcome. Rajdeep ji, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv ji. Thank you for hosting this session. Greatly appreciated. So, I'm Indian-born Canadian citizen, currently on a TN visa, located in New York. Got selected in H1B second lottery.
Okay.
And new employer submitted my H1B application with a start date as of March 2024.
Okay.
Now I'm traveling to India in November with my family. My family is living here with me in New York. Does it going to create any kind of problem for changing in my status?
Yeah, it's not a big deal because being a Canadian, when you travel outside, first of all, when you travel outside, your change of status is abandoned. You'll get the H1 approval, but it will not say that you have gone from TN to H1 because you traveled. Okay.
Okay.
But what is the big deal? You are a Canadian citizen. H1B approval comes. You are still on TN. You just travel to the port of entry, show your H1B, come back in. You don't have to go for a visa stamping.
So I think I anyway have to go to the border because my wife and kids, they are on a TN
So
dependent
they are
visa.
on
So I have to
TD.
go.
They are on TD, but they are not citizens of Canada.
They are the citizens of Canada. All of them are citizens of
Yeah,
Canada.
so you should all go to the border and come back. That's it. Normally you wouldn't have to if you were doing a change of status for all of them.
No. So I'm just there. My new employer is
हाँ
just
तो
doing
फिर
my.
तो you have to go anyway, so no big deal. जाइए ऐश करिए.
Okay. Okay. Fair
Pani
enough.
Pani
Principal
Puri
apologize.
time, Mr. Mazumdar.
Sorry, sir.
I said Pani Puri time for you. Go for it.
Pani Puri, of course. That is a nice way of doing humor. Thank you very much, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Okay, maybe I can do one or two more questions real quickly. Let's just go to. I have 2 more minutes. Let me see if I can do 2 more. Purnaji, go ahead.
Hi Rajiv, thank you. I was selected in lottery, second lottery. Um, so prior to that, in the lottery, three other consultancies applied on my behalf. I'm currently in UK from the last 1 year. Before that, I was in India for 10 years. So when I was applying, I was pretty confident that no collusion was there between these consultants which applied on my behalf. But in the worst event, if I received anything like Noid or something, what would be my options? Because the
Yeah, that's not something I can cover in the few seconds that we have left. Typically, I look at, do you have any evidence that you asked these companies? Are you related to any other company? Did you ask these companies by email or some other evidence? Please make sure that you don't apply through multiple companies. I only want one company to apply for me. So if you have that and your hands are clean, I don't see any problem. But if there is any kind of collusion between these companies or they applied for multiple H1Bs for you, government can come after you for some very serious allegations. And one of those allegations is a permanent bar from entering the US. They normally don't do that, but they can. I mean, if there's fraud.
okay. Is withdrawing a petition is an option at that stage?
Yeah, no, because the damage is already done. Withdrawal is not going to help you.
Okay. I just have one question.
You're going to have to make it real quick because I have to go.
Yeah. So once my petition is approved, if my petition is approved now, I'm receiving one more offer from my current
Yeah,
client,
it's
which
the
is
damage has already been done. If it's in the same year, okay. If it is in the same year, multiple companies applied for you, I think you already have a problem. But if it is for the next year, by all means, go for it.
okay. I mean, if the damage doesn't happen, since it is still in processing state, and I'm receiving one more offer from a very good company. So is it possible to switch to that company using
No.
this approach?
You can't carry your lottery to another company. The lottery belongs to the company that did it.
Okay. Transfer is not possible after the approval.
No, after approval, it is possible. But before approval, you can't just take your lottery and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I was just asking about after the approval.
Yeah, after approval, you can. Okay?
Thank you,
I gotta go. Good luck. Payal ji, go ahead. Payal? Payal Rathi? Payal ji, did you have a question? Okay, she's gone. Folks, I've got to go. I'll see you again next Thursday. That will be on our private bridge, which we'll, of course, post. It's 202-800-8394. And I make sure I actually close that conference after about 15-20 minutes once I know I have enough people. And then whoever is in the conference, I am 100% certain to answer their questions, okay? I gotta go for now. Take good care. Always fun to hang out with you guys. Bye bye.